Hello watch people, welcome to another video. Let me show you a pickup of mine which I came across while I was on the hunt for automatic watches. Voila! And I got one! Correction. This is a quartz watch, but it has got a sweeping movement. Let's quickly unbox and see what I got. Sorry for cheating. These are the stuff that came inside the watch retail box, and here is the watch. And here is the watch in its full glory. Wait, there are some stickers left. And here is the watch in its full glory. Let's talk about the specifications and design. Covering the watch is a flat metal crystal. I know what you're thinking. Come on, you can't really expect a sapphire at this price. The sweeping hand is fitted to a Casio module 5566 and it is powered by an SR920 battery which runs for at least 2 years. I couldn't find much information about this movement. It's basically a quartz movement which comes with day, date and 24-hour complications. Switching to the close-up shot, I hope you can see a mild sunburst in the center of the dial, which is a little detail I missed when I looked at it from a distance. The hour markers are applied. There are metallic outer rings on the complications, which really goes well with the overall appearance of the watch. We have a printed Casio logo at the top, Japanese movement printed at the bottom. One thing which I really hate is that 50-meter water resistance printed on the dial. I don't think it is that big of a deal that needs to be advertised. Do you? The case of the watch is made of stainless steel. There is fine circular brushing on top of the case which extends to the winglets, and there is high polish behind the bracelet and on the sides of the case. We have an unsigned, non-screw down, high polish push pin type crown, and the high polish extends to the sides of the bracelet as well. We have a Casio stamped press clasp which is not of the greatest quality, and there we have the screw down type case back which has circular brushing. The design is absolutely great. There are certain design cues which caught my attention and are worth mentioning. Winglets on the side, which has a clear inspiration from the Patek Philippe Nautilus. I love the angular drop at the case where it meets the bracelet. Now let's talk about the measurements of the watch. Here, things at least for me starts to get a little This watch measures at 45 mm from the corners, which is absolutely on the verge of my comfort zone. Adding the winglets, this watch measures a total of 48.5 mm from side to side. Adding to that, this bracelet, it measures at 24 mm as expected for a watch of this size. I particularly like the brushing on the bracelet, which really goes well with the watch, and the three-piece look gives this watch an absolutely contemporary look. But keep in mind, it's a roll bracelet and hence it is a notorious hair nipper. Thankfully, it is fairly thin at 10.2 millimeters. Abhishek, you have talked about the design, but what about the performance? I'm gonna tell you people, I had high hopes for it being a quartz module and it really didn't disappoint me. This watch runs at an accuracy of plus or minus 15 seconds per month, which is on par with the conventional tickers. Talking about ticking, this watch ticks at 4 times a second and hence causing an almost smooth sweep, resembling an automatic or a mechanical watch. And here is the watch on my 7¼ inch wrist. It wears better than I expected. The angular dropping I mentioned earlier at the bracelet holder, hence confirming a perfect fit to my wrist, and it saved the watch from overhanging. I wouldn't recommend this bracelet. I will be definitely taking this off very soon. Even if you plan to stick on with this bracelet, I doubt for you to have a perfect fit since it has only 2 holes for micro adjustment. Here is a loom shot of the watch. As expected, it is just as disappointing as most Casios. It glows really bright during the first few seconds but degrades substantially by the end of the minute, and hence not really usable. Now let's talk about the things which I tend to dislike about this watch. First thing, it's the rolled bracelet. This bracelet wears really good, but it takes out a lot of your wrist hair each time it moves around on your wrist, which is not really a good experience. The second thing, it's the color of the seconds hat. Please don't get me wrong, I'm a big fan of blued hands with white background watches, but here things aren't really working out for me. I would have preferred a metallic paint on the seconds hat, but here it looks more like a plastic piece, which doesn't really look good. The other thing which I don't really like about this watch is the incomplete chapter ring. The chapter ring is sliced at the hour markers, and hence accurate time telling can be a bit tricky at times. The fourth and the final niggle, I should have mentioned it earlier, it's the size. It would have been better if it was at least 2 millimeters shorter in all dimensions. And now the final verdict. In my opinion, neglecting my personal niggles, Casio has a winner in their hands. This watch offers outstanding value for the money they are asking for it. It comes at $50, which is insane. Being a quartz, this watch is more reliable and accurate than any sweeper at this price. But the question is, are you big enough to handle this big boy? Dear friend, thanks for making it up to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed the content. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you on a future video.